It's Extra Dan and Kev. With me, Dan.
With me, Kev.
Oh, yes. This is our little extra slot because we're usually live on Thursdays with North Herts Radio 6 till 8 p.m. But we thought we'd treat your ears to 15 minutes of loveliness.
This is a bit of a bonus for you guys out there, really, just to sort of plug the gap between our live shows in the week.
A slight bit of bonus content.
Our debut episode last week went down pretty well.
Fortnight discussion.
We discussed Fortnite, that's pretty good.
Amongst other little tiny bits and bobs.
Yeah.
You can check that out on our social channel.
On YouTube. It's on YouTube.
And we've got the links on social media.
It's on the North Herts Radio YouTube page, so go and check it out.
Check it
but this
out
week,
now.
I think we are going to... I don't know why, but I was scrolling through YouTube earlier on. And
Scrolling.
Is that a word?
I don't know.
Oh, it's a word now.
You should Google it right away.
That's the thing. That's a rant.
Is it?
Why do people say just Google everything? It just winds me up.
Yeah, because what if Google's wrong?
Exactly. We don't need Google to live.
What if Google's wrong one day?
We survived without Google a long time ago, and we can do it now.
We did survive. It was 1997 Google was released.
Yeah, that makes me feel old.
And before
Must make you feel even older.
Yeah. eBay was released in 95.
MySpace.
Did you remember? Yeah, MySpace was fun. But eBay was 95. I was shocked. Because I looked at my eBay account, and when I first joined, it was 2002.
Was it?
Yeah.
That's...
Member since 2002.
Do you use eBay?
Yeah, I use it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only really used it every now and then.
I use it to buy rubbish things.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's not rubbish.
But anyway, as I was saying, I was scrolling through YouTube. I used the right word. Scrolling through YouTube.
Scrolling, yes.
And I came across Good Morning Britain, or This Morning, whatever it's called now. It keeps changing its name, doesn't it?
This Morning?
Is it This Morning? With Philip Schofield
and...
Yeah,
that's This Morning.
Holly...
Good Morning Britain's on the other channel.
Willoughby?
Holly Willoughby!
So it's This Morning, yeah. Anyway, it was an old interview. They had this guy who believes... the Earth is flat. He's a flat earther.
Oh my days!
So I was watching it because it was so just funny how he was saying that basically everyone is in on it. Like that he was saying that the live feed from NASA, the space station, the live feed of Earth, you can log on now and see it.
Oh really?
He reckons that's CGI and it's not real.
Oh right, so they've CGI'd the Earth.
They've CGI'd the Earth, and that he said, I don't discount that there is actually satellites up there, but what you're seeing is not real, and that everything else is just a big secret, and they're just keeping it up for wraps. It's just written. Philip's like, but I've been on a Concorde. I've seen the curvature of the Earth. You know, when I'm on the Concorde, that's so many feet high, like 68,000 feet high. I've seen the curvature of the Earth, and he's like, no, you didn't see. You saw what you wanted to see.
You can't. That's what I mean. Like these flat earthers. I mean, if they want to believe that, then that's up to them. But I'm not jumping on that bandwagon because I've got a telescope and I can see other planets and stuff. They're definitely round.
Well, you can see the moon's round.
Yeah, that's not flat, is it?
No. But in the context of things, does it actually matter? Is the big deal, isn't it?
No.
If it turns out, for some 1,000,000% reason, that the Earth is flat, who cares?
Yeah. Who cares?
He was saying basically like it's flat and the outer rim, as I say, is an ice wall, and you can't get to it, and it's blocked off by the Antarctic Society.
Antarctic Society,
or the Antarctic
like a little cult,
like the Antarctic Treaty. They won't let you go near this wall, this ice wall that's blocking.
I love that. I'm sorry. The Antarctic Society. I'm just thinking of little men in like little fur suits, like guarding the Arctic area with like knives.
Because Philip's like, why can't we go there? Why can't we go? It's like, you can't. It's the Antarctic Treaty. They won't let anyone go there.
The Antarctic Treaty.
But it's just, I just don't know. But it's one of them things that it's how can so many people fake it? Really. Like people say about the moon landing, did it actually happen?
Yeah. So
and why, if they did land in the 60s, why haven't they done it? Why haven't they done it since?
You make good points, but then why are they putting it off for so long? Yeah, we're going to go to the moon soon. Yeah, we're going to go there soon. We'll go to Mars again soon. Hurry up and get on with it. Yeah, money is a big thing. And
I guess you've got to be but you think with the technology we've got nowadays, you'd think it'd be possible. And I guess obviously, technology, yes, you do need it. But back then, this was the 60s. And they were able to go to the moon in the 60s.
They say that your mobile phone, like 3 or 4 mobile phones, had more power and technology than those ships ever did.
Yeah.
Like they just had a few
But
buttons.
they were able... I mean, I watched the Apollo 11 documentary in the cinema, and you see the whole journey from taking off to the moon and then back again. They were able to talk to the astronauts on the moon from Earth, however many thousands of miles away, and it's just like it's just baffling how the technology back then allowed that to happen.
The technology.
But you had all these engineers and all these everyone working towards it, and this another guy on a different show was saying how everyone was keeping a secret and faking it. And this NASA expert was like, but you've had all these engineers working on a ship, building this ship. They're building it for something. They'd all have to keep it a secret. All these people working on it. Like, it just...
This is one of many conspiracy theories in the world.
What other ones are there? Bigfoot.
Men in Black.
Bigfoot. That's another one.
Yeah, Bigfoot.
Does the Bigfoot exist?
Does it? We don't know.
Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah, the Loch Ness.
That's a lie, that one. I don't believe that one.
Is there a megalodon? There might be.
Oh, there was a megalodon. There was.
Yeah, no, but is there still one alive?
Oh, no, doubt it. No. Nah.
Yeah. But then they've seen, like, washed up giant sharks with massive bites in their bodies and
I
stuff.
think the biggest one is Area 51.
Oh, yes.
This
is the biggest conspiracy theory, isn't it? Like, what is it really there for? And what is the top secret? Because if you do try and get there, like, the men in black suits will come and get you, sort of thing. Or if someone whistleblows after they've been employed there, apparently they're, like, taken out or something, aren't they? Like,
really?
Yeah.
I heard that.
Oh, yeah, I've read books and things.
Well, it's interesting. I think I've seen clips on YouTube, and you can only go so far, can't you?
Before their vans start coming after you.
Not even a van, like before like a random person pulls up on a hill.
Yeah.
And then a car comes up and says, what are you doing? He's just dressed in normal clothes. So they must know, like...
Oh, yeah, they've got perimeter sensors.
The millisecond someone pulls up.
Underneath the ground
and they try their luck. But we watched that film, didn't we, a few years ago, the Area 51 film. I actually quite liked it.
It was all right. It was a bit OTT at the end. But
yeah, it got a bit weird.
Yeah, other than that, it was not bad. But that is a massive conspiracy. Like, what are you doing?
Do you, like, being honest now, do you believe in alien life form?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah, there's got to be other forms of life in the universe. I mean, even they were talking about going to Jupiter, one of the moons. You know, the frozen moon. I can't remember which one it was now. But underneath that frozen crust, there's liquid water. And if they could drill underneath that at some point, there could be life underneath that, like swimming creatures.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have to be an alien that's going to come down and start prodding you and things. It could be anything
it could just be a
microorganisms, parasites, little maggoty type things.
Doesn't have to be
That's still alien life.
Yeah, doesn't have to be a three-legged green little man.
Yeah, or like
with 5 eyes and
the greys and things like that. I mean, there is a lot of conspiracy around that as well, and it just baffles the mind.
Space baffles me. I
mean, there is another conspiracy theory that space, that what we view in the universe, is just a giant hologram. So everything that we view, even on telescopes and stuff,
is a lie.
It's holographic material.
How?
I don't know.
How could that be? Like, how could they do that? I don't know. Space. I am a space nerd. Space just.
I love astronomy, space,
Yeah.
stars, the cosmos.
Did you watch the Brian Cox series on
Loved
BBC
it
Two?
all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one of his books, but it wasn't really a space book. It was the quantum mechanic book. It was really baffling, like beyond my brain.
There's a good podcast he's done with Joe Rogan. It's like a 3-hour-long podcast where he talks about space and stuff. I recommend it. Really, really good listen.
Wouldn't that be amazing to get him on our show? Like, just a bit
I want to go see him live. He does
Cox.
a live tour as well in shows. But yeah, space I think with space it's so big, and that's just one galaxy. There's like billions of other galaxies out there. You don't know how big they are. So when you comprehend all that, your brain hurts. Like, you can't. Like, what else is that? How far could we go? And would we ever go that far?
You could talk about this for hours. In our little 15 minutes here that we've got, this won't even cover it. But, I mean, what happens when you die? Where do you come from? Like, I've got kids, and they've come from something.
Yeah.
You know, and then their conscience is there and things. You know, it's just, can't be the simple of, you know, sperm and egg or whatever.
No.
And then, but where does their life force actually come from?
Yeah, there's that.
And where do you go afterwards?
And with that as well, but I think like with us, when it comes to having children and babies, like the babies are useless, aren't they? As soon as the baby's born, it's useless. You look at
It's useless.
But you look at other animals, like it needs 24/7 care, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
But you look at other animals, they come out fully formed. They're already good to go. They can walk in like 5 minutes.
Deers and things like that. They can get up and avoid predators.
Yeah.
Humans naturally are just a bit rubbish, to be honest.
We are.
Our only defence is the immune system.
Yeah.
And that is it.
And that doesn't evolve.
Yeah, we don't
really.
I would love to have like, I don't know, I could look at something and my skin gets hard as steel or something, and I'll be like, yeah, you can't break through.
You want superpowers, basically.
Yeah, like mutation or something.
Yeah.
That's like going into X-Men realm
Yeah,
now.
that's the thing. We've got to a point where we stopped evolving.
Have we?
Or have we?
Have we? That's the question. It
another-
takes millions of years.
Another
doesn't
question. What else? But what else could we evolve into? Like, could we be more intelligent? This whole we only use 2% of our brain. That's.
I mean, that's another thing that goes back to the alien things, because they're pictured with big heads and stuff. They say that that's us in the future visiting us in the past.
Yeah. Because they also say
that they're blended in with our society as
Yeah.
well, and things like that.
They also say that deja vu is like your memories from another life or something. But then it also, I've read another thing that said deja vu is where sometimes your left side of the brain processes things a lot slower than the other side. So you've already seen it, but your other side's like, oh, wait, that actually is really familiar. You've done this before, you've been here before. But you have, literally a minute ago. But your brain, other half, processed it a lot slower for that particular reason.
Yeah.
So that's quite interesting.
Deja vu's annoying.
It is, because you do get that real sense
Yeah,
of...
like,
But that makes sense if one half has processed it a moment,
Yeah.
a lot slower, and it catches up with you. Oh, I've been here before.
Yeah, I've done this before. At some point, I really get a heavy deja vu
So we've
feeling.
talked about, obviously, alien life, and you feel there is. I feel there is as well.
Yeah.
But now, what are your thoughts on when you pass, when you cease to exist? How do you...
I hate it. You had to ask that question.
You do, but it's
I've got 3 minutes to explain my side.
It's an interesting question.
It is interesting.
Because I think there's certain answers to it as well. I think people would like to believe there is something after.
Yeah, I would like to. I don't believe that there's just
nothing.
Darkness and blank.
I can't even imagine that.
And nothing, just blackness, darkness,
Yeah.
nothingness. No.
What does that even... You can't feel anything. So what is that? How does that even work?
I mean, I think you go back into
It's scary. That's scary.
the life stream or the life force or whatever you want to call it. And maybe you do get brought back. There's so many theories. Next time, I'll reveal the theories maybe, because it will take me about 10 minutes to explain.
Well, there's that thing in America where like 80% of people report seeing a white light when they're having a near-death experience. They see a white light.
Yeah, so what is the white light?
What's
is
the
that heaven?
white light?
Yeah, it's like the whole heaven and hell stuff and all that. But
Purgatory and...
where do you go? I mean, I think... And a theory that someone said once was, when you pass, you've already lived many past lives. And to live life lessons, you get to choose another life to live in. And, like, I've chose this life. I don't know that until I pass away or something and say, oh, yeah, I chose this life. I've had 3 children, I've learnt from that or whatever. You learn life lessons as you go through different, phases. You could be, but it's also timeless. You can choose a different time zone. You could be in the future. You could be in the past. You might be a war veteran. You get shot down in the war, then you come back.
Yeah, speaking of that, there's been some stories that I've read where war veterans have had other lives. They felt that they've had a past life and they've been able to go somewhere in the world and remember exactly where they've been and stuff about it, but they've never been there before themselves, but they're having another life and they've known where things are and how to get there, and that's bizarre.
It's crazy.
Who can do that? That is very good.
If you listeners have any conspiracy theories you want to share with us, do get in touch at Dan and Kev Show on Twitter, Instagram or Facebook, or get in touch via email danandkevshow@gmail.com. We're also live on Thursdays with North Herts Radio at northhertsradio.com at 6 to 8 p.m.
We'll every Thursday we're here.
Every Thursday.
Here's for you, treating your ears.
Treating your ears.
Every Thursday, once a week.
Yeah. So don't miss out.
Yes.
And we're always live on our social media channels as well anyway. So if you want to just chat to us generally.
Reach out to us.
Yeah, reach out.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. And we'll see you very soon on the next extra
extra
Dan and Kev.
Extra.
Listen all about it.
Listen all about it. Bye.
Take care now. Bye.